welcome to episode 1 of the Patchman Hockey Show. We are the Patchmen. I'm Jimmy and that's Johnny. And on this show, we're going to look at NHL patches and talk about the hockey history behind the patch. Every patch has a story, and every week we're going to discover the hockey history behind the patch and the historical significance that each patch has. Whether it's from, Stanley Cup banner raising ceremonies to All-Star games, to silver seasons, to commemorating, retired players, whatever. We're going to talk about it right here every week. Right, John?
Yeah, so me and Jimmy have been best friends for at least 20 years now. We played hockey our whole lives together. And, we both have a great interest in hockey and, everything that goes along with hockey. Growing up, I used to love watching games, looking at hockey jerseys, goalie masks, you name it. And we thought it would just be really cool to, share these interests with you guys. So I've been buying patches here and then, not really thinking much of it, just collecting them. And Jimmy was at my house and, you looked at my wall and, we were talking, and how great of an idea would it be to, take a little deeper dive into these patches and share it with you guys.
Yeah, it was really cool because, when you showed me the patches, I was like, wow, that's pretty interesting because you don't really see that. You see the patches obviously worn on the jerseys by the players, right? And in photos online and in video, but you don't actually see like somebody collecting the patches. So that got me like really excited. For whatever reason, I just took great interest into collecting patches. Also because being a longtime hockey fan, there's so many different intricacies of hockey, right? Like from the aesthetics of the game. So look at us, we're wearing a bunch of throwback jerseys right now. But there's also goalie masks, and there's been when you think back in time of like how many goalies have had like these iconic masks that you just identify the goaltender with, right? And then you take that a step further, and it's like, oh, the patches that the players wore on their jerseys, and what do they mean? So, and also too, they're designed differently. Not every patch. Some of the patches, like the Stanley Cup Finals patches, are generally the same, like throughout like a decade or something like that. But
and who designs these patches? Who collaborates on these? Is it a team, ownership?
Right.
Who?
Right.
And who's actually the artist behind these patches? All really interesting things that we can learn here. I know, as a kid, 1999, you didn't really have the internet like it is right now. You would see a jersey, you see Keith Kachuk, let's say, on ESPN wearing, the Kachina.
Yeah, the Kachina jersey.
Yeah, the Kachina jersey.
Kachina jersey.
And you have the Goals for Kids patch over here, the Phoenix Coyotes patch over here. You really couldn't see it. I remember seeing jerseys in, let's say, Modell's. You'd see, wearing New Jersey, so you'd see a Devils or a Rangers jersey, but you'd have to go to the hockey shop to see the Flyers, the Stars jerseys, the Kings jerseys. So it's a different time.
Yeah, it's really interesting because when you actually look at, at hockey cards, for example, like I grew up and I was collecting hockey cards, and because I was just so enthralled with these pictures, and for whatever reason, it's like you look at it and there's so many throwback jerseys, and at that time they weren't throwback; they were just like the regular home and away jerseys. But then you things catch your eye, years and years later. And a lot of these patches are on these jerseys. And some of them are your traditional, secondary logos, like your decorative patches. For example, the Chicago Blackhawks, they have their tomahawk patch on their shoulder with the C, stands for Chicago. But that's been on their jerseys probably for at least the last 75 years or so. And it's gone through different color schemes and changes. So
then you have the All-Star jerseys.
All-Star jerseys.
How many times has that All-Star jersey changed throughout the years, and the placement of the patches? Some years you have the team patch and then the All-Star patch.
Right. Yep.
When they switched up the format a few years, they're moving the patches all over. You have the commemorative games. You have the Lake Tahoe game that just happened last week.
Yep.
Which actually we're trying to get the patch for that.
We're going to talk about that.
A little too late because it's on pre-order now. We missed the.
Or back order. Actually, it's on
back order.
The back order. Yeah. So we're going to talk about all of that because it's some of these patches are actually, they represent the logo that's painted on the ice for these special events, depending on what, like the Stadium Series, the Winter Classic, the Heritage Classic. There's so many different moments in the NHL that these patches are really like time capsules. So I'm just going to give you a small sample size of my collection. I don't want to spill that beer. So here's I guess a patch board, we can call it, that's hung up on the wall in my office. And basically, I mean, when you look at this, it's like, okay, you have the Minnesota Wild here, their 10th anniversary season. You have Hockey Fights Cancer, and the NHL is doing a lot of great work with the Hockey Fights Cancer. Now it's pink. The patch has changed. It's evolved over the last 20 years. So
you have the '96 All-Star Game. So much history behind that.
So much history.
That game, just the rosters were insane.
Unreal.
Canucks 25th anniversary. This is a patch I've never seen before until Jimmy got it. And same look at this Stars jersey. So much history. The Stars on patch. So much history in this patch right here. You have Mike Madonna. You have the black jerseys, which Minnesota switched to before they moved to Dallas.
Yep.
And it's also a huge patch, and they actually wore this patch.
Yeah, they wore it on the shoulders. Yeah. And then the Marty Brodeur patch, being a Devils fan, I was actually there, so that also has a personal historical significance for me. I was there watching with my brother, and Marty Brodeur he was our childhood goalie, right?
Yeah.
We live in northern New Jersey, and that when you grow up, that's your team.
You pick your team. Oh, you pick your team. The Devils.
You pick. Yeah, we're Devils fans.
You're not a Rangers fan.
Yeah, I mean, come on. When we grew up, who won more cups? Just saying. So I know you Ranger fans are probably going to hate on us, but we're going to talk about Rangers patches as well. As a matter of fact, I have a 85th anniversary Rangers patch. So we're going to talk about all the teams, past, current teams, and we're going to just go into the different meanings behind the patches. So, and like I said, the Chicago patch right here. Every week we're going to talk about a different patch, and it's really interesting because some teams really love to have these patches, and other teams like the Devils don't have any patches. They don't have a secondary logo, which I don't know if you remember the Devil's Den, that logo with it was like a devil with a pitchfork. That would have been a really cool secondary patch.
Never would happen though.
But it never.
Lou would not let anything happen. He wouldn't even let him wear the green jerseys, I don't think.
Yeah, the green jerseys.
Back in the day.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of fans wanted this back in the day. It wasn't until I think about 2010 is when they first finally brought it back. So
and that makes a statement too. Not many alternate jerseys. Look at the NBA right now. A team has 4 or 5 jerseys to pick from each night.
Yeah, it's a little ridiculous.
I actually saw last night. I forget who was playing, but they were wearing I think it was the Heat and somebody, but the jerseys, they were both wearing, one was wearing an orange jersey and one was wearing a red jersey. It's come on.
Oh, wow.
So actually, it was Oklahoma City and I think the Suns. Well, whoever. At halftime, they had to change the jerseys to white jerseys.
Really?
Yeah.
They did that? Oh, wow.
They changed the jerseys because you couldn't tell. It's playing pickup.
I was just going to say that, yeah.
Playing pickup where, someone's wearing a dark blue jersey and someone's wearing a black jersey and you got the guy wearing a gray jersey.
Yeah.
You're going to pick. Why are you wearing a gray jersey to pick?
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. I don't remember ever seeing even a hockey game. I know a couple seasons ago, and I'm sure there's some people out there that would correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know if you caught this, but the Ducks played the Carolina Hurricanes, and the owner, Tom Dundon of the Carolina Hurricanes, he absolutely despises, at the time, the white road jersey. So he wanted the team to just wear their red jersey the entire season. So when they played the Ducks were wearing, I think, their orange third jersey with the Mighty Duck logo.
It's the same issue.
And it was the same issue, but they played the entire game with it, which is really funny. So, yeah, to your point, I mean,
I'm trying to think in high school if that ever happened. Well, we were white, so...
Yeah.
White or black. But there were some teams that just had an orange jersey. It's what do you do when you play the red team?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and, being beer league players, we also have we skate at this local rink nearby every Wednesday morning, and they got jerseys for us for our team, and they're blue and white, almost like the Toronto Maple Leafs jerseys in a way. But one of our teammates that we played with, he lost his son. His son tragically died, and there was a patch designed, and we wear it on our jerseys now. So, and that also happened to me probably about 10 years ago when I joined a previous beer league hockey team, and our teammate, it was actually him, our teammate, died after a game, and we wore his number and his initials in a patch on our jerseys. So these patches, it's like they kind of get often overlooked.
Yeah, but there's so much significance in them, and there's so much to talk about. So we really hope that you guys stay interested, that we bring you some good content, and as this podcast, YouTube show progresses, we want your input, and we want to talk about patches that you want to talk about.
Yeah, we're gonna do polls. We'll probably do giveaways. So just hit the subscribe button and follow us on Instagram and Twitter for now at Patchman Hockey. And we're going to have new content every week. I think Sunday is going to be the day. So hit the subscribe button, and give us a follow, give us a like this video. And, like I said, we're going to talk about new patches every week. So there's an unlimited supply of patches worn in the NHL. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
So stay tuned.
Stay tuned for more. Thanks a lot.
Cheers.